Google Maps 10 most amazing new discoveries. Ghost towns actually exist. The first one remains unsolved by scientists. When we look through Google Maps satellite imagery to observe the world, what amazing things can we see? Is it the water monster from Maori legends that has existed for thousands of years, or a giant android hidden in mysterious caves of Antarctica? Are these mysterious creatures the former masters of underwater pyramids? Or the secrets truly hidden under Area 51's thick mosaics and radiation? The real secrets to be hidden. Can these secrets still be uncovered? The world is full of wonders. Today, World Army takes you to see Google Maps 10 most amazing discoveries. It will definitely be an eye-opener. The 10th, New Zealand sea monster. Since humans first encountered the sea, legends of sea monsters have never ceased. With the advancement of technology, the means by which humans can discover monsters are also increasing. For example, in December 2014, a Hamilton, New Zealand engineer, Peter Waitehira, in Google Maps satellite imagery, found the phantom of the legendary sea monster. It was January 30th at 11:30 a.m. New Zealand time. The person involved, Waitehira, was using Google Maps to search for a holiday cottage on the coast. Suddenly, he was attracted by a mysterious wake. This wake was long and thin, about 12 meters in length, judging from the shape and scale. It seemed to be caused by some mysterious marine creature swimming underwater. This thing's movement speed was very fast, almost unlike any known marine creature. Although its body size was large, its turns were very agile. Therefore, it was unlikely to be a whale, and definitely not a shark. While tracking and observing this phantom, Waitehira also ruled out the possibility of motorized boats producing the wake, because under normal circumstances, engines cannot create white foam. And the shape and characteristics of this wake were clearly different from those of motorized boats. After enlarging the photo, a huge wake could be seen, clearly caused by a massive object, creating drag while swimming underwater. Furthermore, Oak Bay is not a suitable place for boating. The shallow area here extends over 40 meters out. Then the sea depth increases sharply. And there are many underwater bushes in the deep water area, unsuitable for motorized boats or submarines to navigate. So this thing absolutely cannot be a boat. After ruling out boats and known creatures, Waitehira thought of what is called by the local indigenous Maori, the strange Taniwha sea monster. For a long time, this sea monster only existed in Maori legends and had never met with humans. All along, everyone thought it was just a legend. However, the clear imagery on Google Maps told Waitehira that the sea monster in Maori legends might actually exist. Afterward, Waitehira uploaded this footage to the internet with great excitement. From the video, it can be seen the waters of Oak Bay are relatively calm. The seawater shows a deep blue color. The shape of the wake suspended on the sea is long, thin, as if some mysterious creature was traveling underwater at an amazing speed. These videos triggered a series of speculations. Many people stated that since boats cannot go where the water monster was found, and humans rarely set foot there, this thing is likely some kind of creature unknown to humans. Not only did netizens support this theory, some local New Zealanders and sailors also agreed with this statement. Because before Waitehira discovered this mysterious wake, there had already been many legends about sea monsters in New Zealand waters. Like the mysterious carcass found by Zuyumaru in 1977, about 10 meters long, with a 1.5 meter neck and a 2 meter tail. Small head, long neck, long tail, and for large flippers. The body had red and white meat. It was discarded by the captain due to advanced decay, but was photographed and measured by the crew. So many people, including experienced sailors and some biology enthusiasts, strongly believe the wake captured by Google Maps this time is strong evidence of the legendary sea monster's existence. 9th, mysterious Antarctica pyramids, 2016. The Ellsworth Mountains in Antarctica, a nearby mountain peak, was discovered by netizens on Google Maps. Its coordinates are 79:58:39.25 is, 81:57:30 W. From satellite imagery, it shows for steep sides, with a sharp peak. very similar to the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. At first, everyone took it as a minor coincidence. After all, under nature's magical craftsmanship, any strange shape could be found. However, with the exposure of this pyramid, other netizens gradually used Google Maps in nearby locations to find a large number of pyramid-like structures. They, combined with the first discovered pyramid mountain peaks, resemble the continuous pyramid complexes of ancient Egypt. Through comparison, it was often found that these structures are almost all very regular, geometric shapes, with nearly symmetrical sides, clear edges, and just like the ancient Egyptian pyramid group, varying in size. The highest peak is about 1,265 meters. The complex spans up to 7,100 meters. Further, most of these pyramids are on flat ice plains or near bottomless ice cliffs, with almost no other geographical features around, making them appear very abrupt in the landscape. Netizens using Google Maps coordinate search even discovered certain areas were deliberately blurred or pixelated. The coordinates are 6636, 14.70 S9943, 11.11 E and 6630, 313.8 S. 9950 24.8 E. Mysterious cave openings simply cannot be viewed. The discovery of these Antarctic pyramids quickly became a focus for conspiracy theorists. These conspiracy theorists, long steeped in urban legends, believe these pyramids are masterpieces of prehistoric humans. To this end, they even cited historical records presenting the map from 1513, drawn by Turkish cartographer Piri Reis. This map has a significant background. It depicted the 15th century landscape of Antarctica uncovered by ice, even marking mountains and rivers. Details that were only confirmed by modern technology in the 20th century. If this map is not a later forgery, it means Antarctica might have had a habitable environment and civilization. However, thousands of years ago, not all conspiracy theorists believe this might be a masterpiece of prehistoric civilization. Some UFO enthusiasts claim the pyramids are alien bases or energy facilities. Some even claim to have discovered in the Sandwich Islands a cat face pattern like an Egyptian pharaoh's headdress, and use this to argue a connection between ancient Egypt and aliens. Regarding these things, geologists have different opinions. They believe these pyramids are not anything unknown at all, but a geological structure called a nunotic. Its regular shape originates from freeze-thaw erosion. Antarctic seasonal temperatures cause water to seep into rock crevices, freezing and expanding to shatter the rock, forming steep sides over millions of years. However, Westerners obsessed with urban legends and conspiracy theories obviously won't believe this. After all, science isn't as exciting as mysterious fantasies. 8th, Egypt's desert breath. On Google Maps, one can find many strange and interesting things. Many times these are viewed as supernatural phenomena. Some are accidents caused by technical glitches, but not everything is so mysterious. Many things that look shocking on satellite images are actually just oversized artworks created by artists. If someone uses Google Maps to observe Hurghada on Egypt's Red Sea coast, then they can observe nearby a massive wonder covering an area of over 100,000 square meters. Two giant spirals made of sand and soil, standing quietly in the desert, like an Egyptian version of crop circles. However, this is not a supernatural phenomenon, nor is it an unsolved mystery, but an artwork called Desert Breath, completed in 1997 by the artist team DASDR team. The original intention of Desert Breath was to express the state of mind of the desert through concrete artistic expression. This strange, massive artwork took 2 years to create. Artists moved approximately 8,000 cubic meters of sand to build two interlocking spiral structures. One spiral consists of 89 gradually increasing incidental cones. The other spiral consists of 89 gradually increasing protruding cones. The arrangement of these cones forms a perfect double spiral pattern, symbolizing the infinity of the desert and life cycle. At the center of the spiral, a circular pool with a diameter of 30 meters was originally designed, using water as a symbol of life. leaving a clear spring in the desert as the center of the artwork. However, as time passed, the water in the pool gradually evaporated, returning to the natural cycle. This happens to confirm the artistic theme. After all, returning to nature is itself part of the desert's spirit and the cycle of life. On Google Maps, Desert Breath presents a breathtaking aesthetic. Viewed from high above, in the vast desert, a giant double spiral pattern suddenly appears, enchanting the viewer. 7th. The Ghost of Stuart Hotel, Liverpool, UK, 2016. A user with the screen name Lana Experiment on Google Street View was searching for a fish and chip shop in the Walton area of Liverpool, UK, when they accidentally aimed the view at the Stuart Hotel, located on Stuart Road in Liverpool. It is a long-standing hotel with a very good reputation. When the user zoomed in on a third-floor window, they discovered a spine-chilling image. A distorted, ghostly face pressed against the glass, as if breathing against the window. Beside it was a headless man wearing a tuxedo. After this discovery was uploaded to social media, it quickly went viral on the internet. The ghostly face peered out from the window, showing a contorted expression, deep-set eye sockets, and an open mouth, as if in a silent scream. Its outline blended with the glass reflections, creating a strong sense of oppression. The man behind was wearing a black tuxedo, with an upright posture, standing stiffly, as if politely observing the ghost's terror and scream. Immediately after this image went viral, the hotel itself did not clarify directly, but in 2019, after the street view of that location was updated, all windows were blocked by white curtains, making it impossible for outsiders to see inside, as if deliberately avoiding the haunting facts. This also piqued netizens' curiosity. They decided to investigate the hotel's issues. Netizens then found that paranormal rumors about the Stuart Hotel were not appearing for the first time. According to local paranormal expert Tom Slemon's research, strange events have occurred frequently since the 19th century. For example, in 1897, the hotel owner reported loud noises constantly coming from the cellar, initially suspected to be rats, but the noise grew louder and louder, even disturbing the neighbors. Eventually, a priest placed a Bible in the cellar, and the strange noises finally subsided. Furthermore, according to the Liverpool area where the hotel is located, has several ancient ley lines, which might attract spirits to gather. The Stuart Hotel happens to be located at the intersection of these lines, becoming a natural carrier for supernatural phenomena. For a while, the debate over what this ghost actually was became very heated. Some people believe this was simply a publicity stunt by the hotel, while conspiracy theorists proposed ghosts, vengeful spirits, parallel dimensions, and other mystical theories. This series of discussions reached no consensus, but it brought huge popularity to the Stuart Hotel. It became a pilgrimage site for paranormal enthusiasts. Many tourists traveled there specifically, trying to recreate the scene from Street View, or even holding late-night ghost hunting activities. The event was widely reported by media such as the Daily Star. It even inspired a short story, The Headless Man. The University of Liverpool's psychology team included it as a case study for the uncanny valley effect, analyzing the mechanism of human fear toward abnormal elements in digital images. 6th, the Devil's Tower of Madagascar. If you adjust Google Maps to Madagascar Island in the southeastern Isolo National Park, then you have the chance via satellite imagery to see the grand view of the local Devil's Tower, viewed from high above. These massive basalt columns are like giant pillars rising from the ground, pointing straight toward the sky. They can reach heights of dozens or hundreds of meters. With a relatively small diameter, these rock pillars are majestic and spectacular, layered and stacked. The surfaces of these pillars are smooth, while some parts have grooves polished by strong winds. They stand in the open plains and deep, steep valleys, surrounded by sparse bushes and grasslands, appearing exceptionally isolated and striking under the sunlight. The rock surfaces show different colors, from dark gray to black, and even at certain angles, shine with a metallic luster. In rainy and cloudy weather, mist and clouds will linger around the towers, making these monoliths as mysterious as giants in the fog. Regarding the specific origin of Madagascar's Devil's Tower, there is very little debate, because science provided the answer long ago. Geologists can infer through simple observation that the Devil's Tower of Madagascar was formed by volcanic activity and a long erosion process. About 100 million years ago, underground magma pushed up and crystallized, forming massive basalt columns. These columnar rocks were formed due to contraction during magma cooling. In the following millions of years, surrounding sedimentary and softer rocks were gradually weathered and eroded away, while the hard basalt columns remained, forming today's towering Devil's Towers. For eons, these towers have been geological wonders and part of the local ecosystem. In the crevices and on the top platforms, some hardy plants can occasionally be seen growing. They survive tenaciously in the cracks. Their age is likely longer than that of many human nations. At the same time, these towers have become habitats for wildlife. Some birds nest in the hollows of the towers, while small animals scurry through the rock crevices. Since millions of years ago, the ancestors of those small animals had already been active around the passage of time. The pillars still stand, but life has changed generation after generation. Even the way life observes and touches these pillars has changed from the naked eye to satellites. It is truly moving. Fifth, Argleton, the ghost town in the UK, 2009. Google Maps users in Lancashire, UK, near the M58 motorway, found a town named Argleton. Its coordinates are south of Ormskirk, between the village of Orton and Orton Park. The map showed the location had streets, residential areas, commercial facilities, and even a postcode. Search results showed many restaurants, hotels, medical services, and social information. However, when users visited the site, they found the location was just an empty green field or river, with no trace of human activity, as if this town only existed as a digital ghost in cyberspace. Among them, people who couldn't find the town opened Google Maps again, but could still see it from satellite imagery and street view. The main road ran through the center, with houses and shops on both sides. Road names were clearly labeled. To explore the secret of this ghost town, Edge Hill University professor Roy Bayfield visited the site in person and found the area marked as Argleton was just an undeveloped field adjacent to the M58 motorway, without any buildings or roads. About a year after this went viral, on January 30th, 2010, Google Maps, without stating a reason, removed all information about it. TeleAtlas subsequently corrected the data, but did not disclose the operation details. This triggered endless fantasies among conspiracy theory enthusiasts. They linked the event to the Mandela effect, believing collective memory errors led to the misconception the town's existence was more romantic. Bolder speculation proposed that Argleton was a parallel universe entrance, and satellite imagery captured scenes from another dimension. However, in the internet field today stated, the issue should be discussed from a realistic perspective. This ghost town is more like a technical error, or a common method for copyright protection, rather than any strange supernatural phenomenon. Map expert Joe Moran also pointed out that Argleton might be a copyright deliberately inserted by Google or its provider. Such ghost landmarks are used to track piracy and are not uncommon on the internet. Fourth, Area 51, USA. Speaking of the most popular modern urban legends, it must be Area 51. For decades, various legends about this place and aliens have emerged endlessly. Countless spin-off movies, novels, and games have been born, even developing into a subculture among the people. Area 51 is currently located in Lincoln County, southern Nevada, on Google Maps. The coordinates are 37.2480 from 115.80055W. Entering these coordinates allows you to see the satellite view of the base from high above. There are many eye-catching buildings and facilities inside. The most prominent is its 12,000-foot runway. This length far exceeds ordinary runways, suggesting that high-speed aircraft might be tested here. Next to the runway are several massive hangars, with their roofs painted white. This design may be to reflect intense light in the desert area, or to protect against some severe radiation, to safeguard internal equipment and personnel. In addition, there is also a massive air traffic control antenna, with a rectangular base, 400 feet long. The antenna itself is 150 feet high. Such a scale is extremely rare in ordinary military bases. Besides these conspicuous facilities, Area 51 also has some mysterious buildings and patterns. For example, rumors have always mentioned that inside the Area 51 base there are strange circular structures, said to be markings from nuclear bomb research. In addition, there are some completely indistinguishable that are covered by thick mosaics on the map, also placed in Area 51. No one knows what they are used for, nor does anyone know how long these instruments have existed. They are just like this, along with the giant base, surrounded by mountains and dried salt lakes, and by layers of fences and warning signs, isolated in the desolate desert. As for why Area 51 is so remote, there is also a very attractive legend. Legend has it that desert and this base are both to protect a building called the Greenhouse. It is said that this building is a place for heads of state to view aliens, frozen bodies, and the strange sci-fi technologies in Area 51 are precisely through studying these alien beings reverse-engineered these bizarre rumors since 1944, when this area was first selected by the military and a military research center was established. These rumors have never ceased. Rumors about this place have affected nearly 2 generations of Americans. Even though satellite map technology is now very advanced, it is not difficult for people to get a glimpse of the true face of Area 51. But under those mosaics and thick anti-radiation layers, the covered secrets still fascinate global UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theory lovers. Third, the Antarctic Giant, 2016. A netizen, through Google Maps, on the Antarctic ice sheet, found a 22-meter-high humanoid structure, shaped like a giant covered in snow. Its outline is clear. Limb proportions are close to humans, looking very mysterious and terrifying. The viral spread of this video on the internet evoked memories for Western netizens, a weird legend from the Millennium era. It was 2002 at the time. A Japanese fisherman in Antarctic waters first witnessed a giant bipedal creature, about 30 meters long, skin snow white and smooth, limbs similar to humans, named Niman. Witnesses described its movement as silent as a submarine, even able to briefly surface. At the time, they were saying it was a biological weapon made by humans. Others said it was an undersea nuclear experiment, resulting in a mutant creature. But no matter what it was, the popularity of this legend gradually faded away until this mysterious giant reappeared in 2016. Only then did people remember it again. People tried to correlate the images from the 2 sightings. The 2002 witnesses claimed this giant's skin was smooth, hairless. The head had no facial features, only eye-like hollows. Ends of forelimbs were 5-fingered structures. Hind limbs were degenerated and fin-like. Some crew described its mouth as gaping like a whale's, while the 22-meter giant found on Google Maps presented a static outline, surface covered with snow, with symmetrical, blurred limb structures. Comparing the two, they are very close in appearance. Both are white in color, and both are 20 to 30 meter long giant, 4-limbed creatures. And at that time, there were rumors Google Maps showing a certain area of the Antarctic floating a 122 meter long ice ship, stories and the vicinity of the Shackleton Range, having to large, mosaicked, mysterious cave openings, and this series of legends makes people imagine believing those huge caves mosaicked on Google Maps are the dens of these giants. And these giants could very possibly be man-made biological weapons, and that military ship was left by those who came to Antarctica to conduct these experiments. This story seems seamless. However, biologists and geography masters refuted these fantasies through knowledge in their professional fields. Humans cannot even cure cancer. cannot even achieve cloning, let alone creating life as biological weapons. Second, the underwater Stonehenge in Indonesia. If on Google Maps the camera is locked onto Indonesia's Madura Strait, then from the satellite view, you can see on the seabed there is a large area of irregularly distributed giant rocks, and between the rocks, there is cement-like material bonding, connected piece by piece, very peculiar. And this is the fossilized Stonehenge on the Indonesian seabed. The discovery of this undersea Stonehenge did not rely on Google Maps, but was discovered by someone first, before becoming a popular site on Google Maps. In 2011, offshore sand miners in the Madura Strait, while dredging, discovered over 6,000 animal fossils and 2 human skull fragments, including Komodo monitor lizards, buffaloes, river elephants, and 36 other species fossils. Some fossils had obvious cut marks. Scientists arrived immediately upon hearing the news and analyzed the strata where the fossils were located. Afterward, they surprisingly discovered an ancient Solo River buried valley system. Sediments indicate that the region once had a flourishing river ecosystem. And as the investigation deepened, researchers also found a giant underwater stone town, possibly the ruins of some lost civilization. According to existing information held by humans, this might be the legendary continent of Lemuria, or the remains of the Mu continent. As everyone continued to explore this area, archaeologists also found in the Indonesian seabed a 50-meter-high undersea giant tower. Through carbon-14 analysis of its age, dating back 14,000 to 7,000 years ago, and scientists also discovered that this pyramid has 4 layers. Its base may have multiple steps and platforms similar to Egyptian pyramids. This suggests it might be an architectural ruin of an ancient civilization. Scientists speculate that this silent continent is the Atlantis that once sank due to geological movements of the Eurasian continent, or the Mu continent. However, since the currently detectable information is still far too little, what specific secrets are hidden here we do not yet know. Can only investigate through a few news reports and images on Google Maps. First, the Bahamas Undersea Pyramid. Searching for Atlantis has always been a pursuit of since the Middle Ages. And with technological progress, Westerners wanting to use Google Maps to complete this finished career are even more numerous. In earlier years, a diving enthusiast, while diving near the Bahamas, accidentally found architectural complexes on the seabed. Once spread, this sparked widespread interest. A lot of people used Google Maps to scan the vicinity. They scanned across the vast and deep ocean on Google Maps, ignoring ships occasionally passing by on the surface. Finally, beneath this seemingly calm sea, found a giant architectural complex submerged on the seabed. Looking at the map, the general outline of the Bahamas Undersea Pyramid is faintly visible. Its shape is regular, like a giant pagoda, standing silently on the seabed. The surrounding seabed is relatively flat, making this pyramid stand out more. And through Google Maps it can be seen that in the Bahamas, the shallow sea area near Bimini Island, there are also many stone walls related to these pyramids sleeping on the seabed. They are built of giant stone blocks. Each stone block is about 5 meters 3 meters high, and about 1 meter thick. There is cement-like material between the stones, bonding the stone walls into a trapezoidal structure, about 0.9 meters high, 70 meters long, extending intermittently into the distance. Total length reaching 540 meters. Additionally, there are suspected streets nearby, docks, collapsed city walls, gateways and other architectural ruins. The stone blocks of these ruins are neatly arranged, forming various patterns. Their perfect geometric shapes and grand scale exceed the conventional understanding human technological levels. Therefore, some see them as masterpieces of extraterrestrial intelligent life that aliens might use undersea pyramids as transfer stations for exploring interstellar travel, or for storing special substances and energy. But no matter what this thing is, its discovery is of great value to humanity. After all, the more we know about what happens on Earth, can humans' understanding of themselves and the Earth become more profound? Well, that's all for today's video. These are the 10 most amazing discoveries on Google Maps. Which of these places would you most like to visit?